What's up, sports bettors? Games for Sunday are coming to a close and books are starting to post odds for Monday. So I say this all the time, but sometimes the best line discrepancies, the most profitable bets you're going to find are when sportsbooks first post odds for an upcoming day. So here you can see I'm on the OddsJam screen. It's the screen as it's called, and I'm looking at the player points market in college basketball. And there are two market inefficiencies that I identified. So I recommend both of these bets, locking them in on Prize Picks. So the first one you can see right here, Darren Green in Florida State UNC over 13.5 points. That's the play I ended up locking in my first pick right here. So you can see in my Prize Picks flex play, 5 picks, I'm on Green over 13.5 points. And again, the reason I like it is just math. I mean, it's just simple logic, data, and value, right? There's 4 data points. There's 4 sports books posting odds, Prize Picks, Underdog, DraftKings, and 10Bet. And what you're going to notice is Prize Picks has Green's line at 13.5 points. Underdog is at 14.5. DraftKings is at 14.5, and so is 10Bet. So Prize Picks is at 13.5. The 3 other data points in the market are all setting Green's line at 14.5 points. So Prize Picks is too low, right? Prize Picks is too low relative to every other real-time price data point, right? All these sports books are posting lines and odds, which are essentially prices, right? So Prize Picks is too low relative to the 3 other books in the market. So as a sharp bettor, we want to take the over for Green, right? And you could also take the over for Caleb Mills. Both plays seem good. So the same logic applies to both picks, right? You can see here, Darren Green, Caleb Mills, both of their lines are at 13.5 on Prize Picks, 14.5 on Underdog, DraftKings, and 10Bet. So Prize Picks is screwing up, right? They're too low on 2 players in Florida State versus North Carolina. But the reason I didn't end up including both of them in my Prize Picks entry is because, as you'll see right here, they're on the same team, right? So they compete for points. So Caleb Mills and Darren Green, right? If Darren Green, they are both guards for FSU. If Darren Green ends up having, let's say, 50 points, then probably Caleb Mills didn't get that many points if Darren Green is scoring all the points. So when you're playing picks in the same game, you want to be aware of this is called correlation, right? If Green goes over, then my assumption is Caleb Mills is less likely to go over his point total, so we don't want to include 2 overs in the same Prize Picks entry. So I just picked Darren Green because that was the first pick I saw on the screen. But you can see both of them look good, right? The same math, the same strategy applies to both picks, where Prize Picks is too low relative to every other real-time market data point. So we want to take the over on Prize Picks on either Green or Mills. Now the second pick I ended up going with is a little more complicated, but we'll go through it, is Embiid under 11.5 rebounds. So this is on Prize Picks as well in that same entry. Embiid under 11.5 rebounds. So I have 5 picks here. 3 of them are from FSU versus UNC game. And what we're going to notice about this play on Embiid right here is, whoa, you know, Prize Picks has his line at 11.5. Underdog is at 11. So 11.5 is Prize Picks. 11 is Underdog. Then 10.5 is FanDuel, PointsBet, and Resorts World. So sportsbooks are a little scattered, right? Some books have his line at 11.5 points. Underdog has his line at 11. Prize Picks and some sportsbooks are at 11.5. And then some sportsbooks are all the way down at 10.5. So this is why sports betting is so wild to me, right? You have all these books setting lines independently, and sometimes there are these huge market discrepancies, these huge market inefficiencies, where, as you can see right here, books have big discrepancies on where the line should be set for a given player. So for Embiid rebounds, there's obviously some differences in the market. So what you have to remember is in a Prize Picks 5-pick flex, right, we're getting minus 119 odds. So you'll notice on Prize Picks, I'm basically always going with 5-pick entries. 5-pick flexes, 5-pick flex. So here you can see we went 4 for 5. And that's because we've gone through the math before. And right, when you're playing on Prize Picks, in a 5-pick flex play, you're getting minus 119 implied odds. So the best odds on Prize Picks are for 5 flexes. So what you're going to notice here is, whoa, Prize Picks is at 11.5. Right? And sure, some other sports books are at 11.5, but you'll notice all the books who have the line for Embiid at 11.5, they have the under heavily favored. Right? Caesars has the under at minus 174 or minus 178. So Caesars, Tennessee, because of the higher tax rate, I believe, they add in slightly more juice to their market. But you can see Pinnacle, Caesars, Sportsbook, they both have the under 11.5 rebounds, juiced minus 153, minus 178. We're getting in a Prize Picks 5 flex, not minus 137, right? Minus 137 is for 2-pick power plays. In a 5-pick flex play, we're getting minus 119 odds. So we're getting minus 119 on the under on Prize Picks. DraftKings has this minus 135. Bet365 has this minus 135. So sportsbooks kind of have this under ranging from minus 135 to minus 170, right? Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker out there, is giving you plus 115 on Embiid over 11.5 rebounds, and they have the under 11.5 at minus 153. So if you put that into a zero vig odds calculator, again, what this calculator will do is it takes a sportsbook's market and it removes the juice, right? It removes the vig. So you can see here, if you remove the vig from Pinnacle's market, the under is heavily favored. And again, this odds jam column is just the same as Pinnacle Sportsbook, right? So this column is just Pinnacle Sportsbook. So you can see they have the under at minus 153, the over at plus 115. You remove the vig. The fair price on the under, the true price, the true odds on the under, right, with the vig removed. So it's not going to be minus 153, it's going to be minus 130. But we know in a 5 flex, we're getting minus 119 odds. So this is a play with really good value. So again, just using the OddsJam screen to kind of identify these market inefficiencies when sportsbooks first post odds. I generally just kind of scan around and look for, big discrepancies between the books. And, I was able to find 5 really good plays for today. We went through that play on Embiid as well as on Green Jr. All 3 of these other plays were found with the exact same method. So any questions you have, feel free to comment them. And let's make some money on Monday.